I'm the
Hey
old
guys,
dude, man.
Explorer 4 here, the horror boy. Welcome back to some more reviews. And today got two very, very awesome guests here on the show. We got my boy John Grande over at Grande's Graveyard.
Too sweet, baby. How y'all doing? It's the horror boy and FHMP in the Heezy.
Hey, what's up? And then we've got good friend Don over there at Horror Lover, or that's just
What's going on?
What's up, Don?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's going on? It's cool to get together with all three of us. Been a long time.
Dude, yeah, I don't know if we've ever been together, all three of us. I always wanted to have Nate on the show back in the day, but
I thought he did a show with us, no?
But now, I know we had Will on the show.
Okay, man, I thought for sure we had Nate on.
If you
all right,
Will.
well, cool.
Well, I was a really big fan of the show, though. Like, I thought it was really great. I watched 6 or 7 episodes, I'll be honest. It was really good. So, yeah, it's really cool having you guys on here to talk about just various topics of horror and kind of talk about different things. I know you guys have some questions written down and everything. We can get into that, too. But what have you guys been up to? You guys see any movies lately? Do anything lately? Can't do much right now, but, you know.
That's all we've been doing.
That's same here.
Did we lose John?
I think so.
He's about as still
he's staring us down.
I've never seen him that still before.
Yeah. I was like, he took that question very seriously.
Maybe he had to think about it for a few minutes. Oh no. Well, hopefully we'll be able to get him back. But yeah, man, I've been sitting around. I watched a few John Carpenter movies lately. I joined a Facebook page about John Carpenter, so talking to people. Oh, is that him? Are you back, John?
I'm trying. I don't know.
Watching John is like watching an old kung fu flick. His mouth's moving, but nothing's coming out of it. Oh, shoot. Oh, my Lord. Anyways, John, are you there?
I'm there. I'm here for now.
All right, cool. All right. So what about you, Nate? You been watching some stuff, or I know we've all had a lot of time to sit down and watch a lot of things. So I know you've been watching some stuff. I know, right? I know I'm going a little stir crazy. I feel like The Thing up in my house. You know what I mean?
Oh man, you're growing out the McCready beard.
Hell yeah, yeah. You notice that, huh? You know, I'm starting to draw my family's blood. You know what I mean?
You're tying your wife to the couch.
Hell yeah. What about you, John? I know you've been watching some stuff lately.
Oh yeah, definitely. I watched. I did an episode on the Graveyard on the French 5, so I did a whole episode on these. Oh, nice. I did a Creep Show commentary. I've been watching a bunch of Carpenter films. I rewatched The Fog last night on April 21st.
Oh yeah.
Where the movie takes place, so I thought that was cool. Revisited Elvis, Escape from New York. I've been doing a lot of John Carpenter watching lately. So Mo, Larry, and Cody. That's not too far off.
Which one am I? I know
you gotta
it's
be
Curly.
specific. Who's what?
Oh my god!
I think Mo.
Oh my god!
I don't know. I guess Nate would have to be Mo because your haircut's the most similar to his.
Yeah, I would take a Mo.
I guess I would have to be Larry, and I think Don would be Curly.
I knew it was happening. I knew it was coming, but that's all right. That's cool. I'm okay with that.
If you want to be Larry, I'll be Curly.
No, Curly always made me laugh the most anyway.
Me too. Curly's my favorite.
Curly's badass. Cheers to Curly.
Grande's Kung Fu Extravaganza. Oh my god, that's so funny.
John, I think we found your new show.
Dude, right? I would kill that my own Kung Fu show.
Do your horror show, then you do one for Kung Fu movies.
Oh man, that'd be great.
There you go.
As far as me though, man, I've been checking out a lot of foreign stuff. Just really getting into Argento and Fulci. I mean, started watching this. And I gotta say, so far, I've been really impressed. Seeing this crazy movie recently.
Whoa!
And
any drugs involved?
Well, I felt like I was just watching it. I felt like watching it. You're already on drugs, you know?
Yeah, no kidding, right? No kidding.
Like you're living through an acid.
Yeah, Cat in the Brain is a crazy movie. That Grindhouse Releasing release of that's supposed to be pretty good. I haven't checked it out. Have you guys seen it?
No,
I don't have that.
I have it,
but I've heard it's awesome.
It's loaded with features, and it has like a cool 3D cover too.
Sweet. I have the Beyond and Pieces, but I haven't picked that up yet.
I heard the Pieces one's great. That was
I want to try and watch these eventually. But
oh man!
Believe it or not, I've never seen a Superman movie besides Part 4, which is the shittiest one.
Wow!
So I have to watch the other ones.
The first two. The first two are awesome.
Yeah. After that, it jumped to shark. I think a little bit.
Gotta rewatch Batman eventually.
Can't go wrong with those.
That's true.
But yeah, that's all I've been doing lately.
I'm trying to think of what else. I actually watched I made my wife sit down and we watched Ringu, the Japanese version of The Ring, or the original, I should say, the OG, which was really a cool watch. I remember watching it when it first came out, but this time around, I got to sit back and relax and watch somebody else check it out for the first time. Are you guys fans of the J-horror stuff?
Definitely, I'm a big fan, and I know Nate just started checking out Takashi Miike's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Audition. Yeah. That was the first J-horror film I've ever seen. So
Audition
really
was.
So yeah.
Oh wow.
One hell of a way to start it off.
Yeah, no shit. Actually, now you got to watch. Ichi the Killer. Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I have that. I have it over there. I'm gonna try and watch it.
That's pretty brutal. That's pretty brutal. I sat down with my old lady and started watching that. I had to turn it off. I'm like, yeah, she's not gonna like this. So I actually turned it off. Yeah.
I don't even know if I would have tried that. That's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. She doesn't care for all the blood. So yeah, she's not a blood person. So.
On Halloween, I showed my friends the Takashi Miike episode of Masters of Horror, The Imprint.
Oh yeah. And
they were shook. I mean, they were all like. My friend was sitting on the couch over here. He was like, "Holy shit!" He was like, "This is nuts," because where that starts is opposed to where it ends.
Oh yeah. It was crazy. Yeah, Pelts is pretty good too. Have you seen Pelts? I'm sure you've seen.
Oh my god, I love Pelts, man. Meatloaf, Argento, Skin Coat, Haunted Raccoon Fur from Hell. You can't get better.
Yeah.
Pelts is one of my favorite episodes of that show, man. I can watch Masters of Horror any day. Oh, you got House too.
Never seen any House movies, so
wow, yeah, man.
So
first one's one of my favorites.
Part 3 is the movie called The Horror Show. You know that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, I own. I own The Horror Show when it just titled The Horror Show. It wasn't House 3.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know what I mean. So I got to be honest with you. I never knew that for the longest time. I just found that out probably in the last couple of years that was actually
not meant to be a house movie.
Yeah. I don't see the tie-in, John. Do you?
I don't either. Well, what's weird is the first House is I love it. Steve Miner did it. Awesome flick. Yes. The second House, completely different movie. It hardly has any connection other than the name. Right. Third movie's even more. It didn't even have the name. It was The Horror Show. And then the fourth one, which is the only real sequel that connects to the first one, is the worst of the four, weirdly enough. That's a weird series.
Never seen it.
Don't see 4. It's such a disgrace what they do to William Catt. And
I didn't even know there was a 3 or a 4.
Oh, yeah. Arrow put out a set, house set. But I don't know if there's 4 in it though, John. I think it might only be the first 3. I could be wrong though, but like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the other sequels, so I would never buy the set to begin with.
It's one that the first one said everything you needed to say.
Right.
You know what blows my mind? There's a Scanners franchise.
Yeah, no shit.
That's a Scanners franchise.
I think they're Full Moon, aren't they? The later sequels.
Most of them. Yeah, there's like one called Scanner Cop. I'm like, what?
Right. Thanks, William.
Where's this going?
Yeah.
I was kind of curious, though. I won't lie. I was kind of curious because I was like, how do you even follow up the first movie's ending? Like, I don't
know. Well, I mean, how do you follow Cronenberg? That's probably the hardest part.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I have The Fly 2. I want to give The Fly 2 a chance because I did hear that was good. Yeah. But The Fly, man, like, how do you follow up The Fly?
Yeah. Well, The Fly 2, people think that's one of the better sequels. Well, that's pretty interesting because I was just going to ask you guys, what do you think the best slasher sequel is? John, I think I know your answer, but Nate, what do you think? I know you. I didn't need to give you a chance to think about it. What is yours, John? I think I know the answer, but
no. Well, I think you and I both know Halloween 2 is the top of the top. But I one of my faves, and it's right here. I got to show it off. Gotta love me some Sleepaway Camp Part 2.
Yeah. I know you're a big fan.
Those are some of my favorite movies of all time. So if I'm popping in a slasher sequel, it's going to be one of those two or a Halloween 2. Those are like my favorite.
Yeah,
I'm a big rumors of a remake being made, so I don't know. We'll see if that will happen.
They shouldn't remake Sleepaway Camp. Let Sleepaway Camp die.
What? Oh, wow. Yeah, I can't imagine. Oh, yeah, they'll jack that all up, won't they? Yeah, I can't imagine that. But for me, it's Halloween 2, like John said, and I'm a big Friday the 13th guy too. You know, we both love Amy Steele. Are you a fan of Amy Steele, Nate?
Oh yeah, I love Amy Steele. I've seen her in April Fool's Day as well. She did great in that too.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You know, John and I were talking on the. Wait, were you going to show it? Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. We were just talking about the Shout Factory or Scream Factory release. They didn't even interview her for the extras. We thought that was pretty crappy of them. I'm sure she'd be more than willing to do it.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
You know,
she did like every interview for every Friday the 13th release, I think.
Yeah,
majority of them. I
think they got Deborah Foreman, but they didn't get Amy Steele for some reason.
Right. John, have you met Amy?
I did meet Amy. She signed this poster actually.
Oh, cool.
Super chill lady, man. JD Dark in the comments says,
yeah, JG, what's up, JG? He's a great horror YouTuber.
Some hearts for my girl Amy. But yeah, I loved her. She was so nice, so down to earth. Took the time to, talk to us and stuff. She complimented my shirt. We took a nice picture with her. One of my favorite horror personalities I've ever met. She was so nice and couldn't have been more grateful, and happy and cheery. And she's still at 62 is looking so good.
I'm telling you, man. I was really impressed when I saw her. Kind of took me aback, man. I was like, wow, she still looks fantastic. But she's such a sweetheart. She took a picture with me and my family. I mean, I would definitely travel a couple hours just to see her for sure. No doubt about it.
She earned my respect that day because, I remember I was sick the whole week and I was like, oh man, figures, man. I want to meet Amy Steele so bad. And then the day of, I felt a little bit better, waiting online. And she couldn't have been cooler, couldn't have been nicer. And I was like, sometimes when a horror celebrity delivers and is that nice, it's the best feeling in the world.
It is.
It really, really is.
Man, you guys are lucky. I wish I could go meet some horror icons.
You're talking to two of them right now.
True.
Adrienne King still looks good. Ty Junebug saying, and I know Don actually. I believe Don interviewed her. Not only interviewed her, but had dinner with her. Right?
I did. I traveled to Indianapolis. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, so it was about a 4-hour drive. I traveled 4 hours, to do an interview with her, and she sat down with me. We talked for literally like an hour and 15 minutes. The interview lasted for about 45 minutes, but we talked for, another 45 minutes. So it was really cool. I mean, again, very, very down to earth lady, loves the fans, and really this is all she's ever done. You know what I mean? So I think she kind of embraces it, kind of like Amy, I don't know what else Amy has done other than these two horror movies, but I don't think there's been a ton of things. So,
it was a wonderful interview. I don't know if you still have the interview, but that interview was so wonderful. I wasn't a part of it. Don did. It was a solo one, but I listened to it. I remember my car was getting fixed, and I was like, "No way!" He posted it, and I listened. I was like, "This is fantastic! This is what I would love. That one-on-one with Pamela Springsteen. That's
oh man, yeah, right. Good luck with that one, huh? Maybe someday.
I have to sell my soul, and even then,
I know, right? To the devil. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, though. That'd be sweet to get an interview with her. You'd probably be the first and the last.
Dude, it would be worth it. I'd get her to sign this poster, and I can descend into heaven after that.
Yeah, you can just die. You can just die. You'd be good. No doubt.
Just like dust fly into the sky.
Right. So, Nate, have you thought about your favorite horror or slasher sequel? Can you think?
I really do love Halloween 2 a lot, but if I'm gonna just wing something out there that probably doesn't get talked about too much, I'm gonna have to probably say that I'm just a really big fan of, because I don't really know if they could call them slasher movies, but I really am a big fan of the Chainsaw Massacre sequels. But again, to call those slashers, it's like a step too far.
I know you love part 3, like we love part 3.
Oh, dude, part 3 is just criminally underrated.
Yeah,
very underrated film.
Which is odd because part 2 is criminally overrated.
Oh boy!
Come at me! I'm ready.
Nate might. I know if Gideon's watching, he's gonna have an aneurysm.
It's just weird though, because like it does. It's weird that people, because like I don't know, I've heard more people say bad things about part 2, whereas part 3 just doesn't get talked about. Like
at all.
Like,
I agree.
People don't even mention part 3. They just kind of like, it's nothing, and I'm just like, But yeah, I don't really. It doesn't really matter to me if you like it or not. That's cool, But I do like part 3 a little bit more than part 2.
I do too. I like part 3 the best of the sequels.
Well, John will tell you. For me, part of the problem is there's a little too much comedy, and that's just a me thing. John enjoys comedy, in his horror, and it's just not something that I love. It's not something that I hate. It's just not something that I get into. So it's really not the fact that I hate the movie, because it has a lot. I mean, listen, it's definitely a classic. I mean, you can't say it's not a classic. Anybody who says it's not a classic or it's a garbage film, that's just not true. It's just not my cup of tea. I think that's pretty much what it boils down to.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, do you like the Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3?
What? No. Again, I don't want to say I don't enjoy them, but I don't enjoy them anywhere near as much as John does.
I don't think anybody does, so I'm okay. I'm in my own camp.
But listen, you know what the difference is, though? I think, first of all, there is a ton of comedy in the Sleepaway Camps, but the one thing that it has a redeeming quality is this: it's a slasher movie. You know what I mean? I don't consider Texas Chainsaw 2, like you said, Nate, a slasher. So I think it has all the bits and pieces of a slasher movie, and that kind of will keep me interested. That's for sure. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, it's just been hard though, because I haven't really been watching. I mean, okay, I'll say this. Do you count giallos as slashers, or are they just kind of in their own category?
What do you think, John?
I've been watching a lot of giallo films.
I think they're a specific subgenre of the slasher genre. Yes, they're black glove killer movies, usually mysteries. And I mean, if a movie like Bay of Blood isn't a slasher, what would you call it? If a movie like Opera isn't a slasher, what would you call it? I mean, I guess you could say no, but I mean, I think it is personally.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree.
Sequel I've seen though from giallo, but like as far as slasher films go, though, I'd probably say like stuff like Friday the 13th Part 4, the final chapter, Part 5, A New Beginning. Love those. Love Part 3. Love Part 2. Halloween 2. In my opinion, Halloween 4. Huge fan of Halloween 4. Really enjoy that movie. Really enjoy. I guess you could say Hellraiser 3 because it's more about the body count.
Oh hell yeah!
I love Hellraiser 3.
Oh shit! I got that one.
Oh no, he went missing again. What about the Psycho movies?
Oh, I love Psycho 2. I even love Psycho 3. Psycho 3, I never understood why that movie got so much hate. Oh, that's so cool.
He went old school on us.
Love this.
Got the VHS, baby.
I got 1 through 4 on VHS.
Oh,
nice. Cheers from my
Cheers. So wait, Don was asking about the Psycho movies. What we think about the Psycho movies?
Yeah, what do you think?
Love the first 2. I actually, in some instances, like 2 better than 1, and I know a lot of people will think I'm nuts.
I'm with you.
I'm an 80s guy more than early 60s. Part 3, I'd have to revisit. I don't remember liking it, but I don't remember hating it. I know Tony Perkins directed it.
Right.
And then 4 was the Mick Garris one where like his mom is Olivia Hussey and like there's some incestual. That was a crazy movie. It's better than it has any right to be. And then the remake is a piece of shit. So I like 1, 2, and 4.
I've never seen 4.
I seen 4 a long time ago, and I don't know. It was one of those movies where people said it was like, oh, it's this great sequel, and I watched it, and then I always thought 3 was better than 4, but I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I
think 4, I just had such low expectations, and then to see Olivia Hussey playing Mama Bates and like the shit that they go into, I just didn't see it going where it went. I guess maybe that's why I liked it.
Right.
I haven't seen 3 or 4 though in years. I rewatch. If I watch a Psycho movie, it's the first or the second one. Usually the second one.
Yeah, me too. I'm like you though. I think I prefer the second one over the first one. I know people probably will hate that, but I think, like you said, we're both '80s horror guys, so that probably has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody asks us, what would we do with a Psycho 5?
Oh shit!
I wouldn't cast Vince Vaughn.
Oh no shit, man! Wow, that was horrendous. That was very hard to watch. Man, I don't think I would do it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
in my opinion, Anthony Perkins, he is the character. I don't know, man. I would probably just leave it alone.
Yeah, and the reason I like 2 better is honestly because I think he perfected the role in 2. Whereas 1, he scratched the surface. I think in 2, he nailed it. Like he's scarier in 2, I think. Yeah. But a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people just can't look past the first one, which I understand.
Sure.
But I don't know. I'm with you. I like part 2 the best.
I would say part 2 is easily one of the best sequels I've ever seen. I'll throw that out there. It's just, I thought it was genius because I always wondered what made it so, like, because I've never seen it. So I was like, man, like Psycho 2, I'm always hearing about Psycho 2.
Right.
And I'm like curious, like what is, I watch him like, oh, that's what makes it. Because I was thinking it was going to be a slasher.
Well, I think one of the things that probably appeals to all 3 of us is Tom Holland wrote it.
Yes.
He actually did a cameo.
Who directed that movie? I forget who directed part 2.
Richard Franklin.
And didn't he do another?
He did like Hardware and Dust Devil, stuff like that.
Yeah, he did a good job. I think he did a really good job. Yeah. I dig that movie. Someone asked also, what's our opinion on Bates Motel? I watched the first season and I liked his brother better than I liked Norman Bates, and that I don't think should have been the point at all. Like I thought his brother was more interesting. I didn't even know he had a fucking brother till the show. Does anybody? I know they had a Bates Motel movie that nobody ever talks about from the 80s. It was a TV movie.
Yeah.
And it was like they reopened the motel, but like it's not the Bates, it's just new owners, and it's like the ghosts. It was like a ghost film.
Oh no shit! Huh.
That movie was fucking bizarre. Like that, nobody ever brings that up. But I remember watching that, thinking I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
I know it's in like a 3-pack or a 4-pack, whatever.
Really, like I did not know it was available.
Yeah, there's 2. There's a triple pack with 2, 3, and 4. Then there's the 4-pack with 2, 3, 4, and Bates Motel. So
I got to look that up. I did not know
cheap.
that.
It's like $5, $6 max, probably.
Yeah, so. But the Bates Motel, 1987. That was when it came out. And also, JG Dark says Bates Motel butchered the source material. The show did. I agree. That show is not good at all, in my opinion.
I went out and bought that whole series. Watched the first episode, never watched another one. I couldn't.
Me too.
Like wasted all that money, man. I was like, really? Oh, shoot. Same thing with Hannibal. Hannibal was the same way. I couldn't.
I hated that. I hated that.
I couldn't get into it. Well, it is horror and it is TV. What are you going to do, right?
Like, I just don't get, like, okay, they want to do that with the Friday 13th too. Like, let's make an anthology, not an anthology, but let's make it, Jason as a kid and his up. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see Jason killing people in a hockey mask. We don't want to see his childhood. Did Jason listen to Kiss? Like, I don't give a shit.
Right. Like zombies, Halloween's, right?
Yeah, like.
I mean, I'm not a fan. You know what I mean? I don't really care. I don't want to know why he kills people. I just want to know that he does. I don't need an
explanation. I don't care what bands he liked. Like.
Right. He probably listens to White Zombie. What do you think? Yeah.
He listens to Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Living Dead Girl.
Right. Thunderkiss 65,
Oh, hell yeah.
All the classics.
Okay, so I have a question for you guys here.
All right.
I wrote this one down. I thought this was a pretty good one. This is a pretty hot topic. And people in the comments, feel free to answer. If you could have dinner with any 2 horror celebrities, dead or alive, who would you pick and where would you eat?
Wow.
The second part is a lot easier than the first part. Where the hell are you going to eat?
Who would it be and where would we go to eat? Is that the question?
Yeah, 2 people, dead or alive, horror celebs, and where you eat.
Wow, that's a tough one. I think for me, one of them's got to be John Carpenter. He's my favorite of all time. And the other one's going to have to be some hot chick from back in the 80s. Maybe Linnea or I don't know.
Linnea and Carpenter. That sounds like a nice one.
Yeah, Barbara Crampton. Debbie Sue Voorhees.
I love me some. Oh, no, Debbie Sue. Oh, I picked boo number 1 and boo number 2. That's my 2 people.
Yeah. And where would we eat? Hopefully, we'd eat Debbie Sue. No, I mean,
Debbie Sue Diner.
You guys eat her snatch.
Debbie Sue drive-thru.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe we'd have to have some barbecue at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station.
Oh my God, yes! You have the cook. What the hell is it? Jim Seedow cooking up barbecue.
That'd be sweet, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty cool,
dude. That's an awesome. Well, how about you, Nate?
I'll have to go with probably Wes Craven. Wes Craven. I don't really know where we would eat. We should probably. Well,
you got 2. You could pick one more person.
Oh yeah, well, Wes Craven, and I've always wanted to sit down and talk with Romero too. I'll probably get Romero and Wes Craven. All of us go to I don't know, some restaurant in Philly and just get some cheesesteaks and talk about movies, man.
Bro, cheesesteaks with Craven and Romero, dude. That sounds like a good time,
man. Who do you let talk? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I'm not going to say a word.
I would be the last person to say anything.
There you go.
I'm just going to listen and think.
Right. You TikTok, you TikTok, John?
I'm not worthy.
I'm just firing out food, looking back and forth, man. Some of the comments are great, by the way.
I'll be like, order whatever you want, guys. Order anything.
Boris Karloff.
If you're eating dinner with those 2, they better be picking up the tab, bro.
Yeah.
Some of the comments are great. Junebug says Boris Karloff at Burger King. BK at BK. JG says Sid Haig at Baskin Robbins to get some Tutti fucking fruity. John Carpenter, where we would eat, I don't know. Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff at Burger King. And second would be Amy Steele eating absolutely anywhere as long as it's with Amy. That sounds pretty cool.
I'm with you.
My 2, I'm going to go Pam Springsteen easily. I met Romero, so I'm going to skip Romero. I'm trying to think of somebody gone. You know what? I'm going to go with a weird one, but I love him. I'm going to go with Angus Scrimm.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
Shit.
Give me Angus Scrimm, Pamela Springsteen, me at White Castle.
I knew it.
I
knew it, John.
Like, that's a movie within itself, man.
Listen, I don't know. You'd be too afraid to eat with Angus.
Yeah, dude, I would.
Just
the tall man and Andrew.
Burger boy.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know what the fuck we talk about. Like,
yeah, no kidding, right?
Angus would be like, I'm a huge fan of Bruce.
So, what's your favorite sports team? Boy.
That would be pretty sweet. I don't know, man. There's a lot of them, though, don't you think? I mean, look at my shirt. Can you guys see my shirt? Oh, shit.
Craven, Hooper, Romero, Carpenter, the masters.
Talk about a round table. You know what I mean? That would be any of those guys would be amazing to talk to. And, if you remember, John, talking about Romero, I was supposed to meet him when I interviewed Adrienne King, and he died. Remember, wasn't but a week later.
I remember. Yeah, you were the one that told me.
Yeah, he was supposed to be at that show, and that was my only chance. That was my last chance, and and he was. Yeah, he was. They said, "Oh, yeah, he's got some kind of respiratory issue," and then bam, a week later, he was gone.
Oh, that was. Yeah. I will say, and I will toot our horns here. If the best episode of our show was the Romero show, that was
great show.
Was such a good show. Like,
it was very emotional. Remember, I mean, because it was right after it happened and everything.
Yeah, we were both really, and I remember. I think that was one of our most downloaded shows.
Yeah,
like, we definitely. I remember you had you wrote a nice thing, and I talked about when I met him, and we did his entire filmography. That was a fun show, man.
Yeah, that was a fantastic. I listened to that one.
I got a chance. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I got a chance to go to Monroeville, Pennsylvania, to the mall, and we got a chance to go up to the graveyard where Night of the Living Dead was filmed, and the mall where Dawn of the Dead was filmed, and it was pretty cool that week. I mean, literally, he died on, I think it was a Tuesday, and we were there on Wednesday. And the cool thing is some guy on Facebook I didn't even know said, "Hey, I'm going to Monroeville if anybody's interested in going." And I'm like, "I'll go." And we, me and a dude I never met before, hopped in a car, drove 3.5 hours up to the Pittsburgh area, and it was really cool, man. We had a good time.
It was over the summer, right? Wasn't it in July?
Yep, I think June or July. Yeah, I believe so.
That's so cool. I gotta go someday. I gotta visit the Monroeville Mall.
Oh, you do, man. It's really, really cool. And there's a Romero Night of the Living Dead store and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. Definitely check it out sometime. Maybe we can meet in the middle. That'd be sweet.
I'm game.
Yeah, man. I'd definitely do that. It's like I said, it's only about 3 hours for me, but it's probably a good 4.5, 5 hours from you. So where are you at, Nate? Where are you at, Nate? I don't even know where you're at.
Actually, it's crazy you said you live in Columbus, because I live in Columbus as well. So
nuh-uh.
Yeah, for real. Columbus.
No, I'm in Westerville.
Oh shit, you're real close. I'd say I'm probably around maybe an hour or two from where you're at.
No kidding. That's pretty cool. Sweet.
Small world.
Hell yeah.
Then my friend Surround Sound, I think he's also from Columbus too. And then I know Steve, he's from I think Kentucky or something. Yeah.
Wow.
We're all pretty local, man. There's 7 of us. We're all pretty local.
Not me.
Hey, let me throw something out there. Nate, are you a fan of Uncle Bill? And are you a fan of those guys? I know.
Yeah.
Did you guys know he fucked Tiffany Shepis?
I found out yesterday.
Did you? I saw that too. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
That's messaged. Crazy. I was like, "There's no way," and they were like, "No, it happened." I
know, man. They were dead serious.
I have to hear that story. Like how? Like Tiffany Shepard.
I don't know what she must have been high or drunk or something. Not that he's not a nice guy or anything. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying.
You know what's crazy though? He has a bunch of kids. I love him, man. He's one of the best people.
I have to get a hold of Creepy Kentuckian to find out if that's true or not.
He confirmed it. He messaged,
he did?
Yeah, he was like, she didn't just hook up with him and sent a wink face. I was like, yo, she got with you too?
Oh man, she definitely was. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Damn, where were we at, huh?
Wow. Oh my God. I don't know where I was, but
you're probably in elementary school.
He was.
Oh, anyway, I just thought that was pretty crazy information.
Blew my mind. Still blows my mind. But good for them, man. They're even higher legends now.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. Are they coming back full time?
I don't think so, but they've been doing these shows and they're just so fantastic. I've been watching all of them. They fucking always make me laugh. That's the beauty of them. They have such a great sense of humor.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent there.
Oh, it's okay. Nate, do you have a question for us or anything?
Anything you can think about? Is he stuck?
Oh, he might be.
Hello?
Is he sleeping? Hey, no sleeping on the job.
That was my reaction.
My eyes. What's up, though?
Do you have any like topics you want to like bring up or?
I guess as far as I can say this, what are your guys' thoughts on like some of the newer stuff that's coming out, like Handyman? I know there's a Chainsaw Massacre reboot. I can't really think of anything else that really stands out right now, but
the new
stuff
Halloween.
like that. Yeah, Halloween Kills. What's your guys' thoughts on that stuff?
You can go first, Don.
Thanks, John. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. The more I watch the new Halloween, the more I like it. I'm still not a huge fan, but it's not nearly as bad as when I first saw it. At least I don't think it is. I think it gets a little bit better with repeated viewings. It's not great by any. I would take pretty much any of the other original Halloween series movies over. Maybe not 6 or Return, all that. I don't know, but I'll check out the new one. I'll go see it because it's a Halloween movie. I don't have high hopes for it, but Candyman. Oh God, guys, I'm not going to do it. I swear to God, I will not see that movie. That's how hardcore I feel about it.
Really?
Yeah, I think it looks really, really bad. Plus, I'm not a fan of the what's his name? I can't even think of his name now.
Jordan Peele.
Thank you. I'm not a fan.
Here am I.
But anyways, I don't know, man. Look. I enjoyed the movie Countdown. I know it's cheesy and bad and all that, but I actually enjoyed that movie. I really, really liked the new Strangers movie. I'm a huge fan of that movie because it kind of is
better than the first one.
Yeah,
me too. I like it better than the first one too.
It's a throwback. It's in my opinion, it's a slasher type movie, and I really, really enjoyed it. That's kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. I'm trying to think of what else is coming out recently or has come out recently. The new Grudge movie. Have you guys seen that? I tried to watch that.
Oh God, no! I avoided that movie.
I couldn't get through it. I probably got about 40 minutes in before I turned it off.
Yeah.
What about you, John? I can't think of anything else that's come out recently.
Look
back on the
Blumhouse movies. What's that?
I'd have to look back on my shelf to see if there's anything else back there. But
did you guys see Hellraiser Judgment yet?
I saw it.
Was it good?
It's a weird flick, Hellraiser Judgment. It's definitely one of the better ones, but that's like saying it's just after part 3, none of those movies are really good. But is it better than like Hellraiser in Space and Hellraiser? Those movies that feel like Law and Order episodes.
Hellraiser Deader.
Hellraiser Deader's a piece of shit. It's all right, but get into like the Blumhouse movies, like the Black Christmas, I will never see that. I feel like if I saw that, man, I would give up on horror. Like that movie looks like bottom of the barrel.
Dude. Do you remember me texting you, John?
Yes, we went off.
Within the first,
I don't think I'll ever watch that movie.
Yeah, within the first 10 minutes, there's so many social justice things in it. You'd have to write it down to be able to keep up, and that's just the first 10 or 12 minutes of the movie. So yeah, I couldn't get through that one either.
But and I know a lot of women that hated it too, and like that's who it's for. So you missed your demographic. Like your demographic hated it. So
right.
I mean, that's bottom of the barrel. I know they did the Fantasy Island movie, which I was like, what the fuck is this?
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. No.
Listen, man, the first hour and 15 minutes of that movie ain't bad.
Really? Nice. Give it a step.
But listen, the last 15 minutes of it, you're like, oh, what the fuck was that all about? That was, it was just bananas. It was like a Twilight Zone episode, where you're just like, I don't even know. Like the last 15 minutes was written by Takashi Miike. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Man.
I mean? But not good. Just trippy. You know what I mean?
I was hoping they'd have a little midget in it, like on the old Fantasy Island show.
Well, I don't. You should check it out, man. I don't. Listen. It's by no means good or great, but it's a time passer, and it's not that bad. It's really. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the last part of Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There's some weirdness and craziness going on, but definitely, if you're a Cabin in the Woods person, you might actually enjoy the movie. It's nowhere near as bad as they make it out to be.
Okay, hey, I and Don Nice I trust. Don has led me right a million times, so I there's nothing to make me think he would lead me wrong. I will check it out. Black Christmas though, hell no. JG Dark and the Master of Fear, they're taking their nice squatting craps on it right now, as deservedly so.
I don't think I'll ever watch that movie. You guys think that was theatrical, man? That was a theatrical film, man. That's just
how. Yeah. Also, I know this is not a horror film, but this, like, the idea of it sounded crazy to me. Was the movie, I think it's called The Hunt, where it's like Democrats hunting Republicans in like a Hunger Games type. Like, what? Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? I don't know.
It was good. It was good.
You liked it? Okay.
Yeah. There's another one that was pretty good. You know, it was supposed to come out last September.
Yes.
But they pushed it back because of things that were going on. But it wasn't that bad. And you know, I hope nobody hates me, but I'm a conservative, and they kind of hammered the Democrats pretty good in that. They hammered both a little bit, but the Democrats even more, or the liberals, not necessarily the Democrats, the hardcore liberals. So, you know, it wasn't too bad. And yeah, that's definitely one you should check out too. I rented it, and like my whole family came over and watched it. You know, when this first started, you know, that's what they did. They put it online.
Yeah. Yep.
Had everybody come over and check it out. It wasn't bad. Again, it was a time waster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the JG Dark says he really liked it too. I'm surprised that they hammered both. I thought when I saw a trailer, I was like, "Oh, that's definitely going to be a one-sider."
Matt liked it too.
Yeah,
I'm glad to hear it's not one-sided. See, that's my problem with like those type of movies. They're usually so one-sided, where I'm just like, even if I'm with them, I'm like, shit,
right.
Like,
I know.
I'm just trying to have fun. But if it's fun, and
I mean, why do you think I didn't watch Hereditary? I didn't watch Hereditary when that first came out because I was just like, everybody was saying, "Oh my god, it's the best." And I was like, I'll wait. When Us came out, I was like, I'll wait. You know, I was like, I'll wait. Then I watched it, and I was like, all right, you know.
See, I saw both those in the theaters. I saw Midsommar and Hereditary in the theater, and I hated Hereditary. Midsummer's terrible too. It's just a Wicker Man ripoff, but like I thought at least it was visually appealing. Mm-hmm. Whereas Hereditary, I just felt the whole thing was bleak. Like I didn't even get that
director, right?
Same director, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. So.
I like The Lighthouse. I really liked last year. That was probably my favorite horror movie of last year. Was The Lighthouse.
Really?
I liked it a lot. Did Don not like it?
Is that the black and white Robert Pattinson? Yeah. Oh my Lord! I literally got like 38 seconds into that movie before I turned it off. But you know, I should have gave it a better chance. But I was like, "Oh my Lord, what am I getting myself into?"
It's crazy, but I loved that. I thought that was a crazy fucking movie. But I don't know. I dug that. I did Pat.
Did you see it at the theater?
Yes, I did.
Wow, in 4x3.
I did. Yeah, I thought that was. And it was almost like the whole point of the movie is it's like it's claustrophobic.
Right.
It's closing in on you. Like I thought that was smart, and I've read so many, and I've showed the movie to some friends that I've heard so many cool interpretations on what was really going on and stuff like that. I don't know. It's one of those discussion movies.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely entertaining.
I'll definitely sit down and watch it again. But like I said, I mean, I swear to God, dude, it wasn't even a minute. I was like, nope, see ya. I gotta go. I got shit to do. But I'll definitely sit. Hey, what's that other movie you were talking about the stepmom who was with the kids in the cabin? Remember that movie you were telling me about?
The stepmom and
it was like in the winter, and the stepmother was with the stepkids.
The Lodge. That's the best horror movie I saw this year by far.
I still haven't seen it. I can't find it.
I pre-ordered the Blu-ray. It should be here next week, but with all the stuff going on, I don't know. I thought that was fantastic. And nobody saw it. Like, I don't know why, but The Lodge was a great movie. I thought The Lodge was the best horror movie I've seen in a long time. Like, best horror movie since, like, Cabin in the Woods for me.
Oh, nice. Wow. Yeah, I wanted to check it out, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. You know, like you said, I don't know. Is it supposed to come out next Tuesday? Is that when it's due out?
May 5th. So not next Tuesday, I guess the following Tuesday. Okay. But I don't know if it's Blu-ray DVD, I'll send you a copy of it.
Oh, man.
That's how good it was. Like, wow. I thought it was fantastic. I highly recommend everybody watching The Lodge.
Good. I'll definitely, I'll buy that son of a bitch. I'm good. You know, I mean, I'm always up for a good recent horror movie. You know what I mean? They're so hard to find anymore.
I think you'd really like it. It has a slow burn feel to it. A lot of nods to Carpenter's The Thing, which I really appreciated.
Right.
Acting's incredible. Suspense is incredible. A twist that I was shocked by and I thought was really well executed. I enjoyed the hell out of the film. I thought it was really good.
Cool.
I have to see that movie. I want to see The Battery too one day. I know that
that's another one. I don't know if Don ever watched. I mentioned it on the show, The Battery. I don't know if you ever got a chance to see it.
Is that the one with the guys stuck in the car?
Yeah, at the end they're stuck in the car. Yes.
Is it a zombie movie?
Yes, it's a zombie film.
I have not seen it.
That one you'd really like too. That one has a nod to Jaws in it that I think you would mark out for.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah.
Love The Battery. The Battery is one of my favorite movies. But
do you guys see Deep Blue Sea 2 yet? That classic?
No.
What about 47 Meters Down 2 Uncaged? That's a good one, right?
I know Stallone's daughter's in it.
Oh, really?
Sistine.
Oh, you know what? Wait, we did watch that. My old lady and I, because we love Deep Blue Sea. Are you talking about 40? You talking about 47 Meters Down or Deep Blue Sea 2?
Well, there's a Deep Blue Sea 2, then there was 47 Meters Down 2. Uncaged.
That's what it was. It was the 47 Meters Down sequel that we saw. Yeah, I didn't pay much attention. I mean, the chicks were hot in it, but that was about it.
You believe it or not, same director who did The Strangers too.
Oh, really? Oh, boy. Well,
that blew my mind when I heard that.
You can't win them all. That's all I got to say. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Yeah. Wow. For
every Hills of Eyes, there's a fireworks woman.
For every Hills of Eyes, there's a Hills of Eyes Part 2.
That's right. I have that blue.
But do you have any more topics, Don? Like, I know you wrote a couple down. I did too.
Well, we were talking about some guilty pleasures. What are your guilty pleasures? You know, things that you watch on a regular basis that you wouldn't necessarily tell your friends about.
Ooh, you want to take this one first, Nate?
Other than porn. Other than porn.
The fireworks one.
Yeah, I actually really do enjoy watching, for some reason, low budget zombie movies. There's this one movie called Dead and Deader. It's really solid. It's low budget, real low budget, but I thought it was really solid for what it was. I'll be honest, man. I'm a huge fan of stuff like the Wrong Turn franchise and the Saw franchise, and the. I'll be honest, man. I like Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. Yeah.
Oh really? No.
Yeah. Really enjoy that. Like too much. Puppet Master.
Your terror.
You know.
You're a big fan of the Puppet Master films, or all of them, or just the original?
The first 5, and then after that, it got bad. Even though I do like retro Puppet Master a lot, but even after that, it got just stock footage. Heaven.
I just read that if you prepay for a full year of Full Moon online, it's like $60. You get the whole set of Puppet Master films on Blu-ray. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like $120 or something like that, $140 regularly. So if you're a fan and you don't have them, anybody out there listening, you can get those.
Yeah, half the price and the streaming service for a year.
Right.
That's can't beat it.
Yeah, are you a Full Moon guy, John? I got to be honest with you, I'm not.
I'm not really either. No,
yeah.
I mean
the original Puppet Master I own on Blu-ray. Enjoy the film. Everything else I can't really get into. Oh, that's not true. Wait. That's not true. Hold on a second. Hold on.
You don't like Evil Bong?
Oh, Don's going on the shelf here.
You don't like Ginger Dead Man?
No.
Subspecies?
Check this shit out.
What?
4K.
Where'd you get that?
I got it online, man. It was like $8. Look. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that cool?
That's a real edition?
No, this is the newest one. It's called the Littlest Reich. And I bought it for $8. Anyway, and I hate them other than the first one. So I don't know what the fuck I bought that for, but there it is.
I think you bought it just to have a Puppet Master film on 4K. I would have done the same thing.
That's exactly what it was. I was like, what in the world is going on?
I thought it was the original. I was like, the original is a 4K.
No, look, it says World War III begins on your toy shelf. I love it. I love it. Anyways, I had to pull that out. Oh God. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like I said, I'm not the first one's okay, but I can't get into the rest of them. I don't, it's just one of those things. It's like the Tremors movies. You know, I love Tremors. But anything, I bought the whole 6 movie set. Yep. Only watched the first one. Haven't seen any of the
others. Yeah. Sequel. Part 5. And no, I am not watching that shit for sure.
It's got, what's his name? Jamie from the
Kennedy.
Yeah. From the Scream movies. I'm like, oh no. Wow. Anyways, John, what about you? What are some of your guilty pleasures? I'm sure I've heard some of these, but
if Nate's throwing out the awkward franchise sequels like Children of the Corn, Fields of Terror, and Urban Harvest, and 666 Isaac's Return, I'm gonna throw out some Amityville sequels, motherfuckers, just because I only live a mile from Amityville.
Hell yeah!
I love the Amityville with the lamp. That is the funniest fucking Amityville movie. This lady cuts her thumb on the lamp and dies. And like they find out that this lamp is possessed. That's one of my favorite Amityville sequels.
What number is it?
Was that? Oh, what Jesus. Number? I'd have to look it up.
Okay, all right.
4, I think.
It could be 4. There's also the one with the grandfather clock, where the grandfather clock, it's called Amityville, It's Time, or something like that.
Whoa.
It's fucking horrible, but I love it. Those are great. Time. I also, for some reason, I don't know if I have this movie down here. I'm looking on the shelf here. Oh, I don't. If I go look, I'd have to go digging. So I'm not gonna. I am a big fan of bad movies with hot female leads. Like there's an After Dark one called Unrest. The movie's kind of worthless. Not the best, or it is what it is. The lead, her name's Corey English. Top 5 woman ever for me.
Nate, he's got that tattooed on his ass.
Corey English, left cheek, right cheek.
Nice.
If I squat, it looks big. I mean, it's great. I got obsessed with her for a brief period of time. I watched that movie and I was like, there's a scene where she jumps in this tank of formaldehyde and takes all her clothes. I was like, holy shit. I was ready to jump through my TV like in Shocker.
Nice.
And I ended up watching like every movie she ever did, and they were all terrible. Like there was one where it was like House of Fears, and they go into this like haunted house, and it was terrible. But like just for looking at her for 90 minutes, I felt like I couldn't beat it. But
don't say that, dude. You couldn't beat it. I hear you.
Yeah, I could. You can't beat it, but you can.
Right.
I really like a lot of the After Dark Horror Fest films, even the bad ones. I always really liked this one. It's hated on, but I know Nate likes it. And I don't know if we've ever talked about Dark Ride. I always liked Dark Ride. Oh
yeah, absolutely. I do. Yeah, that's a good one.
I enjoyed that one.
Yo, you didn't think the blonde from that movie was hot?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. And the chick from Sopranos was in it too.
She's no Corey English.
No, Corey English. Corey English has my heart. Okay, like I would take a bullet for Corey.
Wow.
But yeah, a lot of those films, and then there's a lot of like Tobe Hooper films that I really like. I watched The Mangler. As stupid as it is, it's fucking fun to me. This is a great movie, Life Force. I know Don loves Life Force.
Matilda May, dude.
May.
Holy. Yeah. Corey English.
Up there with Corey.
Yeah, hell yeah. She was only like she just turned 18 when she made that movie.
I believe that, man.
Yeah, she was super young.
That's one of my favorite fucking like good-looking women around that time. Yeah. That movie is great. Dan O'Bannon and Hooper coming together.
Yeah.
That awesome stuff, man. But how about you?
Oh, well, first of all, she spends most of that movie. If you haven't seen Life Force, it'll change your life. She spent all of that movie naked. For me, I'm a big Final Destination guy. I can.
He just did reviews of them.
Yeah, I'm a huge.
Just did reviews.
Fan. I literally, my wife and I within the last 3 weeks have watched all of them, all 5 of them. So, I heard that they're rebooting that too. I don't know if it's true or not.
I don't know.
But I think I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Still know the second one. The movie Splinter. Have you ever seen the movie Splinter?
Sequel? I forgot.
I've seen Slither.
No, Splinter.
Oh, it's in the gas station, right?
Yeah, man, I love that movie. I think it's a low budget The Thing myself. That's how I look at it.
I dug it.
Yeah, but my all-time favorite guilty pleasure is the movie Joyride. Love the movie Joyride.
Yes.
Love them. You never seen Joyride? Oh man, Joyride is fantastic.
I have Joyride 1 and 2, but I've never seen it. I really enjoyed the movie. I know John wasn't really a big fan of it, but I figured if I liked this, I might
Joyride.
No. I'll talk about Rest Stop. You seen Rest Stop?
Rest Stop. Holy shit, Rest Stop is horrible.
I like Rest Stop. So
what about the sequel? Isn't there a sequel called Don't Look Back?
I didn't bother to.
Yeah,
I called it Rest Stop. Don't ever watch this shit. That's what I called it. That was my alternate title.
It was like Rest Stop. What the fuck am I doing?
Rest Stop. I need a rest from this shit.
Right.
Rest Stop. Dead fuck.
Actually, Nate, I'm with you, man. I actually like the Rest Stop movies. I don't think they're great or anything, but a guilty pleasure for sure. I could sit down and watch those.
And Wolf Creek. I like Wolf Creek too.
Oh, Wolf Creek 2 or Wolf Creek also?
I only seen the first one.
Oh, okay. I was just talking to my wife about John Jarrett, the guy in Wolf Creek. He did a crocodile movie. He did one called Rogue, which was not that long ago. It's Dimension Extreme, which is a really good crocodile movie if you're into it. But he did one called Dark Age, back in the 80s. If you ever get a chance to see Australian movie, obviously he's Australian.
Really, you ever see Black Sheep? That's a good one.
Oh man, is that about I think I've seen the box. I don't think I've ever seen the movie.
It's about zombie sheep and they kill people and stuff. It's amazing, dude. It's really amazing.
Zombie fanatic. What about you, John? Are you a zombie fanatic like Nate?
I love zombie films. I'm a big zombie guy. Hardcore Romero, Fulci, all those guys.
See, my problem is that I can't do. Those guys love them. Armando de Osorio, the Tombs of the Blind Dead movies, love those. But the cheesy newer ones, low budget, I can't do them. How about you?
I think it depends on what tone they go for. Like sometimes they'll go just for the splatter, and if it's not funny, it's not funny. Like I like zombie movies where like there's a focal point, there's a story, there's good characters, and then that stuff I always looked at that stuff as icing on the cake. Like the finale of Dawn of the Dead with the bikers, that shit's great, but to me that's icing on the cake. It's not the cake.
I got you.
That's just my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I know. I see Master of Fear says Batman Forever and Jason X are his 2 guilty pleasures.
Oh,
Batman Forever is my favorite.
What's wrong with Batman Forever? That's great.
I love Batman Forever. A lot of people hate it. Mutant from 1984. I believe that's a William Malone joint. Really like William Malone stuff. Dead End with Lin Shaye. That was the one with Ray Wise too. And I think they're driving home.
Yes.
And that was a good one.
I remember that.
And Cube, which I haven't seen in a while, but I like Cube.
The original Cube, yeah, man, I love that movie. That's a really, really good movie.
It's dark, man. That's a dark.
Never seen.
That movie was Saw before Saw, don't you think? Sort of.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah. That's where they got the idea, I think.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I did see Jigsaw recently. I'm sure you guys have seen that, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't think it was too bad. I actually enjoyed it.
See, I gave up on those movies.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm done with the torture porn. So sick of those movies.
I know a guilty pleasure I didn't mention that everybody probably is shocked by because I actually kind of liked Hostel Part 3, no lie. I know. I just like the Las Vegas stuff. I like how it's like you're taking the concept and just doing it, It's more just like the effects, the torture. But like I will admit, it's not a great movie, but if I'm going to say guilty pleasure, that's a guilty pleasure.
It's not Eli Roth, right? Somebody else did it?
It was Scott Spiegel.
Spiegel.
Really? Of Intruder fame?
Yes.
Really?
Intruder from Dawn 2.
Yeah. Wow. Impressive. I did not know that. What's your opinion on Creepshow 3? The Master of Fear wants to know. John,
I think Devin knows my fucking opinion on Creepshow 3.
I know you have that on a continuous loop playing in your room, right?
Oh, that's like my least favorite movie ever. I think it's such a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, yeah.
They stabbed Romero and King in the back. They used all the money to buy the rights, and then they had about $5 and a ham sandwich to make the film. They had some of the most awful segments in the history of the world. There's one where this guy falls in love with his radio and is trying to impress a radio and have sexual relations with it. And I about gave up on the life. And
wow!
Don't forget the hot dog ghost story.
There's one where they have universal remote, like a remote, and they fucking, instead of changing the world, they change ethnicities. What? And I'm just like, I give up on the world.
It's bad. They have like a $5 PowerPoint intro in their movie.
Dude, the animations
$2 animation.
The animations are piss poor. Also, there's the last segment, which is like 40 minutes long. It's about a bum that chokes to death on a hot dog. and he comes back from the grave to haunt the man that gave it to him. I'm not fucking kidding you. That happens.
Wow.
Yep. Horrible. That's my least favorite movie ever.
Huh. And I know how much you love the Creepshow movies, so it must have been a real letdown, huh?
Dude, I was heartbroken when I saw those because I even love part 2, which people don't like. But yeah, that movie, and another sequel I don't like. I did a show, giving shit on sequels. American Psycho 2. That movie.
It's got a chick in it, right? Who is it?
It's Mila Kunis and William Shatner.
Oh boy.
And it's so bad. It's like one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
I love Mila Kunis, man, but yeah, no thanks.
Dude, like I thought, okay, if I'm booking that movie, which it wouldn't be hard, you got Mila Kunis, she's fucking with guys mentally, she's fucking them physically, and then she's killing them. That's all it had to be.
Right. Simple.
Nope. None of that happens. Like, it is such a piece of shit. Like, it's also directed by a Morgan J. Freeman.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Yeah, and he went on to do like Teen Mom and stuff. So, that goes to show you where his career. Oh, by the way, Ty Junebug says Corey English is juicy. I agree. I love me some Corey English. He's like one of my favorite ever.
All right, now I got to look it up. All right. What, you got any other topics, John? Okay, go ahead. What
were you going to ask? You can ask.
Well, I was just going to ask you what you thought about Kane's legacy in the Friday the 13th series. Because it's a big topic online, you know what I mean? Because some people just think, I don't know, man. It's like there's a lot of hate for him. I'm just wondering what you thought.
Well,
Nate, did you hear what I said, Nate? I was asking about Kane Hodder's legacy in the Friday the 13th series. What do you think it is? I mean, are you a fan, or are you not a fan, or do you think he's overblown, or do you think he's the best? What's your thoughts? Go ahead, John.
You're good, Nate. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
You sure? I didn't know how to. My bad, man. I love Kane Hodder. Ever since I've seen Part 7, I really dug his performance. It's just, if you look at it, in my opinion, I just look at the movies he's in. Like, he's really in Part 7, which in my opinion is okay. A lot of people love it, but then he's in Part 8. I'm not really a big fan of Part 8, Part 9, which I actually love, but people hate Part 9. And then he's in 10, which is just a movie that's kind of there. But for Kane's performance, yeah, I totally think he's awesome, man. I think he's awesome in that. I think he's awesome as Mr. Crowley. I think he's just a great guy. He's really passionate about horror. I mean, I just don't know I don't know why you wouldn't like Kane Hodder. He's just cool.
Yeah, that's before I answer, I got to ask, what are some of the negative comments, if you don't mind telling me, Don? Because, generally,
Sure. Well, what I found is that people think his legacy is overblown in the series. They don't think he's the best Jason. A lot of people don't even think he's the second best Jason. But I feel like they don't understand the true legacy. He's the only person that's played him more than one time, and all that. And listen, when it really boils down to it, I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's the scariest Jason. Steve Dash to me was always the scariest Jason because of the bag head always scared me. Ted White, I think that what he's done for not only that series, but what he's done for the horror industry. I don't know. I don't understand how you don't like the guy. I just don't understand.
Yeah, me either.
It's a tragedy to hear that people feel that way. I was definitely in the dark about that. I thought the general consensus was that we all love Kane.
Yeah.
But hearing this, I will, gladly debate this, and I'll give you the point right here and now. You look at the guys that play Jason well. JG mentioned the comment, Richard Brooker, Ted White.
Right.
Always love them. I love them,
Yes.
But I'm not knocking these guys. Ted White's my favorite Jason, so I will say that right off the bat. Not knocking these guys. At the end of the day, those guys playing Jason, that was a job. That was a job. They collected their paycheck, they went home, they never returned. It wasn't just a job for Kane. I think it was Kane's life. And I think Kane loves the genre. I mean, he worked on movies like Prison. He worked in a lot of Rennie Harlan films as a stunt guy, films that he wasn't even acting in or performing in. And for him to land that role and give it such a presence and give it such a feel like nobody ever had before. And I would say this too. I'll forever think it's the crime of the century that he wasn't Jason in Freddy versus Jason. Instead, I think and Ken Kriersinger really, I think, shit the bed. I think he's the worst Jason, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because we should have gotten England versus Hodder. We should have gotten that movie.
Right.
I think he didn't deserve it, Kane Hodder. He earned it. He truly earned it. I know people will shit on the films. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just going to say, I feel like Ken could have done, because it really wasn't. It's like, I think with Ken, he was told to play it a certain way, and that's why it came out the way that it did. I kind of at least wish, if they didn't get Kane Hodder on that movie, that they could have gotten Kane Hodder to at least help him out with how to do it, kind of teach him how to be more intense with the Jason character and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the problem with that movie was the director, and I like Ronnie Yu. I think he's done some good films, but I think he approached it almost like, and you would think I would love this, but I think he approached it like a WWE match. He was like, okay, Freddy's the promo, Freddy's the small guy, Jason, I wanted to be the big brute. But it's not, all due respect to wrestling, it's not wrestling. It's a horror film where we finally got to see these two icons go at it. And you gave us Jason as a big brute, and I think, he's moving very roboto in that movie. Yeah. I think it's such a letdown, man. I love Kane Hodder. I think he's one of the best guys. I've heard nothing. I know Don has met him and said he was the coolest guy ever. Heard nothing but nice things about him at conventions. I think the guy's passion, like JG says in the comments, it's absolutely unquestioned how much he loves this genre and how much he loves us fans. I'll stand by what I said. It's not just a job for Kane Hodder. It's his life. And I think that if that doesn't earn your respect and you don't like Kane Hodder because of that, I mean, that's on you personally.
Yeah, let me give you an example of something that happened this week that kind of made me write this question down. A guy's buddy paid Kane $50, and he did one of those, how you doing things. You know what I'm talking about? Videos. He did a video for him.
Yeah.
But the dude's dad passed away. His son was born, and his wife contracted COVID all in the same week. Wow. So he had Kane make this video for him, and the people were just hammering on Kane. Oh yeah, for $100, or whatever it cost. I don't even know what it cost, but that's what they were. I was like, what? I mean, I don't understand what people want from people. You know what I mean? I don't know. Kane, it was like a good 2-minute video where he was telling him to hang in there and congratulations on his son being born. And all that. People were just hammering on him. I couldn't believe it, man. I was really, really surprised. And it's an 80s slasher page. How does 80s slasher fans hate Kane Hodder? I just don't understand. Anyway, I just wonder what you guys thought.
I'm saddened to hear that. That's shocking.
Yeah, me too. He's great, man. He's great, and I feel like if he wasn't Freddy versus Jason, I don't think Freddy would have gotten that much offense in, because you look at it, Freddy kind of kicked Jason's ass in that movie because he had the speed. But I feel like with Kane, you could have had that intensity, and it would have been more of a more equal.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like he wouldn't have allowed them to have the Crystal Lake thing in there, where it's he's afraid of water. He even said he wouldn't have done that.
That's stupid. So.
I think again, Ronnie Yu was just the wrong guy. I don't think he was a fan of either franchise. He didn't know. He's coming from martial arts films, and I think he does those really well. But it just didn't say him. I would have got somebody else personally, but
I just feel bad for Ken Kersinger sometimes because he gets the full blow of all that, and it's like I've seen interviews with him, and he's just such a cool person that I just feel kind of bad sometimes. People like, you're the fake Jason, you're not the real one. And people absolutely hate him, and I'm just like, I just feel so bad. I'm like, it's not even really his fault.
I will say that he is by far the one I think that is the worst, but I don't know. He might be a nice guy. I don't mean to shit.
You think Ronnie Yu is the worst?
No, I think Ken Kersinger is the worst.
I think Ronnie Yu was the second worst, right after Marcus. What's his name?
Oh, Marcus Nispel's the worst. Marcus, holy shit.
Yeah,
that guy's bad.
Actually, Adam Marcus is who I was talking about.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nate. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that film.
Okay, so I have like one more here. I don't know if Nate has any more, but let me pull it up. Okay. What is your least favorite era in the history of horror films and why?
Wow.
You guys are going to hate mine. Just saying that. I'm just going to throw it out there right now.
80s slasher.
Yeah, I just say I can't stand the 80s, man. It's just
I would have like my head would have blew up.
Yeah, it would have been a Scanners moment for both of us. Boom.
This video is banned.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna surprise both of you too. Maybe this will surprise a lot of people. Probably piss a lot of people off. For me, it's the Universal monsters. It's not. Yeah. I'm not. It's not my thing. I love Hammer of the 60s and 70s. I love the late 70s, even the early 70s with Black Christmas and Texas Chainsaw. I love the 80s, 90s. 90s is more of a nostalgia thing for me too. It's funny, John, because for a long time I thought, damn, the 80s is, but now that I'm a man of a certain age, I'm really finding that the 90s are very nostalgic for me too, man. And so I don't know. I think the Universal monsters only because I never really got into them. You know what I mean? I don't. Maybe I just never gave them a chance or something, but it's just not my thing. What about you?
Well, I gotta say first, I think that's isn't that crazy that because I like most of those movies, like especially the bigger ones. There are the the lesser known ones when they get into the 40s and even the early 50s. Those ones but like Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Son of Frankenstein, Wolfman. I like all those movies. I think it's incredible because I know Nate and I are a lot younger, but actually we appreciate those films. It goes to show you that it really just isn't your cup of tea at the end of the day. Like it doesn't matter what era you're from or whatever. It's just, it is what it is. I personally, I'm going to go with the torture porn movies. I don't like those movies at all. I can't get into them. I think my problem with a lot of them is they're not fun. And they're all trying to do the same thing where it's like, oh, it's a bunch of dumb people and, they're being tortured and one of them's going to escape and this and that. And the other thing, we're trying to gross you out. Make a body horror film if you're trying to gross me out. Make a slasher if you're going to take a bunch of kids or people and pick them off one by one. It's just, I don't know. Like I can't get into films like Hostel, Turistas, fucking there's so many of them other than Saw. I mean, I don't really like hardly any of them. It's just not my cup of tea. Captivity. I think a lot of those movies just really, they took the wind out of the sail of horror at the time. And,
see that.
They're flat. They don't, and they're almost, if you look back now, they have aged terribly. They don't hold up at all. If you watch Hostel now, it's like admitting you like disco, back, what I mean? Like it's one of those, to me, definitely the torture porn movies.
What about High Tension?
See, I don't consider that torture porn though. That's a suspenseful chase movie. And, it has a lot of gore, but it's fun. It's tension filled. It's atmospheric, has a great soundtrack. No one's being tortured. It was just a killer in the middle of the night that killed all these people in a abducts this girl, and then we get the twist. I love high tension. I'm cool with the French Extremity movies. I don't like the movies where it's, where am I? I woke up here. Have someone drugged me? I don't like those type of movies. And I need to. There's one called Hunger, where all these people don't have food, and it's just like, I was like, fuck this. Like, I can't get into this. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's not my cup of tea. I'm the same. Not my thing. People like it. That's cool. It's not my thing.
I'm a big high tension fan. You know, I got on eBay way back when it first came out. Man, I don't even remember what year that was. But I got on eBay and I ordered a copy of it on eBay before it ever was released here in the United States, thinking, hey, I'll give this a shot if I get it. Cool. And I ended up seeing that movie like 3 months before it came out here in the States. So that was pretty cool. And I think there's definitely a lot of gore in that movie. But that's definitely high tension. You know what I mean? There's a lot of tension in that movie. And it's more, I think it's more of a horror thriller than it is, you know, like the gore, like you said, the torture porn or something like that. What about Ills? Are you a fan of Ills?
Yes, I actually just reviewed and ranked those 5 movies on the show.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I still haven't seen that show.
I like Ills a lot. I thought Ills was and I know The Strangers remade Ills. I loved the twist ending. I thought it was a quick paced movie. It was like 75-minute long movie, really quick paced. I know Nate and I, and people think I'm crazy and think I'm being, hypocrite. I really enjoy Martyrs, which a lot of people consider torture porn. I don't consider that torture porn. I thought the movie had a point about PTSD and about, the experience of the excruciating
Would you say Inside? I don't know about Inside. I wouldn't call really that torture. It's more just extreme gore than anything,
I don't mind extreme gore. I mean, I love Dead Alive. I love those French movies. I'm cool with gore. I'm just not cool with the whole, I drugged you. We have to get out of here. I have to cut off my limb. I don't like movies like that. They're just, there's nothing to them. They're all the fucking same movies, and they're not entertaining, and they're boring personally.
Gouge out my eyeball.
Yeah.
Cut off a leg.
Yeah. I have to cut out both my eyes if I want to live. I'm good.
Shit to get out of this cage.
Right.
And Jigsaw's hiding tapes in his rectum and in his stomach and his lungs and the game's never over. I'm like, bro, you've been dead since 2006. It's over.
Wait a minute. He isn't dead.
Yeah, never.
Anyway, no, in the newest one, he's alive.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
I don't know. But Nate, what's your least favorite era?
Yeah, you guys are gonna really hate me for this one.
Never.
I have tried to go. To me, the era that's aged, and I went back and I've watched 20s horror films. Like, I've seen Freaks, I've seen Nosferatu, I've seen those movies. I love Phantom of the Opera, love all those movies. But for me, I've went back and I've watched the big 90s movies, and I just really I can't really say for me, even though I do love Scream, I love it. I really don't go back and watch Scream a whole lot.
Wow.
I see Mimic. I really wasn't a fan of Mimic, to be honest. I wasn't really a fan of it's really hard to admit this too, but I like what the 90s tried to do, but to me what makes it not age very well is it just feels it feels like it's a little too MTV for me. It's just a time where let's get the cast that all looks like this, and they all gotta act like this, they gotta all talk like this, and almost every movie has really a similar cast to the next. I know you did last summer. It was okay. I would say I like Wishmaster a lot. I really do. I'll admit that.
So is it neo slashers in general, or do you feel like the entire decade of the 90s?
I don't really go back and watch a whole lot of 90s horror.
What about that?
See, even that, I love Wrong Turn. I just don't think it's as good as what everybody else thinks it's as good as. But I do like Wrong Turn. But I like Wrong Turn 2 a little bit more because it's a little bit more right up my alley with more gore. It's more about craziness, and I don't know. Like I said, it's mind blowing, but
Ooh, oh, nice.
Woo!
Oh yeah, Elijah Dushku, man, you can't go wrong with Elijah.
I love me some Dushku.
Yeah, no doubt.
But like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot of CGI back then. You can tell.
Let me ask John. When were you born? 96, 97?
96. I was born 3 days after Scream.
Oh, nice.
Shit, yeah, awesome. Same week.
I was drinking beer and then going to see that movie. Anyway, Nate, what about you? If you don't mind my asking, how old are you?
I'm only 20, so I'm like real young.
See, that's very interesting. I find that super, super interesting. Like, it's like, I don't know, man. I think people who are millennials, say people who were born in the 90s, like early 90s, or at least were growing up in the early 90s, are kind of not fans of the 80s. You know what I mean? So you're kind of a 2000s guy. And, there's some kind of, maybe it's a generational disconnect like that. Maybe, maybe it skips a generation, not a generation, but you know what I'm saying? There's a time period where it skips, John, you're later in the 90s. You're Nate, motherfucker. I got 2 kids older than you, but anyways, but you know what I'm saying? So, I could see, I get it. You know what I mean? So I was born in 1972 and I'm not a huge 40s and 50s guy. You see what I'm saying? There's some
yeah.
I wonder what that's all about. It's kind of interesting.
Well, I give you one for me. I don't like Hammer horror. I never got into Hammer horror. I think it's very boring. I'll take it over, torture porn, but I hate the titles of all those movies, like The House of Gore, and then there's no gore in it, and I'm just like, I like Peter Cushing, but I'm good. Like, there's no fucking blood in this. Like, I can never get past half the titles of those movies. It fucking annoys me. I'm just like, this is false advertising. There's no gore in this. I know a lot of people can't stand like the Herschel Gordon Lewis movies. I personally like those. And I like some of the early Trauma movies. I like Blood-Sucking Freaks. You wouldn't see anybody fucking our age watching Blood-Sucking Freaks.
No. Well, just to know about it, I think is pretty amazing, let alone to have seen it. You know what I mean? Seriously, I think that's true. I as big a fan as I am, sometimes I get surprised by some trauma movies. I'm not a trauma guy by any stretch of the imagination. Toxic Avenger and shit. Romeo and Juliet, man. It's not my thing.
Man. I used to utterly hate Trauma. Then I went back and rewatched it, and I just could not help but, fall in love with it for some reason. It was so strange.
I always love Mother's Day for some reason.
What's that?
I always love Mother's Day.
Listen, Mother's Day, I remember that movie. I rented that on VHS when I was a kid, man. That movie scared the shit out of me. Yeah,
I love oh my God, dude, that movie is so
I heard it's dark.
Fun.
It is pretty dark, man. There's a lot of rape and a lot of dudes overpowering chicks. But the weird thing is that the mother's telling them to do it. So, it's kind of one of those weird things. But yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if I consider that a trauma movie, even though it's a trauma movie. You know what I mean? I think it was made before.
There's a lot of those where Street Trash isn't a trauma movie, but it feels so much like a trauma movie. That movie has such a big fucking cult following. Like, it's actually insane.
Didn't his brother direct that movie?
Yeah, Charles Band.
Yeah.
I dig that one. I don't know. I like that one. I love Blood-Sucking Freaks when they're playing darts with that girl's ass. Like, they're throwing darts at her ass. That's one of the funniest scenes ever. Like, I laugh like a fucking little kid when I see that. And Ralphus, the little midget.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I love those movies. I like that one a lot. The early stuff. Later stuff, Poultrygeist, that
right.
Stuff.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's stupid.
Surfing Nazis.
Yeah.
Surfing USA.
Yeah. What else you got,
John? That's the last one I had, unless Nate has anything else he'd like to discuss on here.
No, that's pretty much about it for me. Just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on some of the newer stuff, but besides that, that's it for me, man. You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm good. I covered basically everything. I had a blast doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is going to be simple and easy, but Is it Bruce Campbell or Tom Atkins? Who do you like better?
Oh, wow. That's not a bad question.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day. I mean, listen, love them both, but if you could only have one.
You know what?
I'm going with my boy Tom Atkins, man.
I'll go with Tom Atkins.
Yeah, hell yeah. Love Bruce Campbell. Yeah, love Bruce Campbell, but man, Tom Atkins is the shit. That's another dude I'd like to have dinner with. I bet he'd tell some good fucking stories. Him and John Saxon.
Thrill me.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I love him in everything. I love Night of the Creeps, Halloween 3, Creep Show. I mean, the guy's been in so much stuff. I love Bruce Campbell, but I feel like Bruce Campbell is kind of segued into other movies, whereas Tom Atkins, I look at Tom Atkins as the genre star of the two of them. Like Bruce Campbell, Evil Dead guy. That's basically what he is. But Tom Atkins has done so much more, I think. I'm gonna go Tom Atkins, baby. I love him.
Junebug says Tom Atkins too.
Isn't that crazy? See, I thought for sure I'd be the only one that said Atkins if you had told me, and I think most people probably would, but I don't know. I kind of appreciate my man Tom Atkins.
Yep. Hey, John, I wanted to show you. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but
hell yeah!
I threw on some Prince of Darkness. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. I had to throw it on.
For my show tomorrow. I'm doing John Carpenter episode tomorrow, baby.
Are you really? Are you like his whole canon or what?
Well, my good buddies, we were going to go to a convention together, and obviously got canceled for Corona. So I said, I'll make it up to you guys. I'll have you on the show. So they're going to come on, and we're just going to talk about the ones that they like. We'll try to cover, as much as we can. I don't know. We won't. Yeah. We'll probably skip over to like Dark Star and
right.
Memoirs of Invisible Man, like we were talking about before. But I definitely want to cover as much as we can. I love me some John Carpenter, and it's a crime I haven't done an episode yet. So I appreciate Prince of Darkness. I love Prince of Darkness, man.
Nate, what about you? What's your favorite JC?
Oh, that's hard because I really am a big fan of In the Mouth of Madness. But I have to say this, my favorite, you guys are not gonna believe this, but I've always been a vampires guy. I love vampires a lot.
That's a different one.
Yeah. My favorite is Ghosts of Mars. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go with The Ward.
yeah. No, but no, Vampires is a good film. I mean, listen, Woods is awesome, man. I love him in that film. He's a cool dude. I like that guy a lot. Yeah. But I mean, everybody knows what mine is, so we won't even get into it.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Thing is my favorite too. But I would say They Live, Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah.
Like those.
Big Trouble.
Big Trouble in China, Escape from New York. Elvis. I rewatched Elvis last night. I think Elvis is fucking great. Like,
did you buy the Shout Select version of that? Is it any good? Is there good extras on it?
Not too much. Like, there's not an interview with Russell or Carpenter. No. It is what it is. But I think it's pretty solid. I dug it personally. Motherfucking Pajama Pants players up in here. Hell yeah.
Triple P in his house.
Yo, I should have made my thing instead of Grande Triple P, man.
Oh, yeah, you should have. Hell yeah.
I love that. I love that. I want to, instead of like my name on my tombstone, I want to say, Here Lies Pajama Pants Player.
Yeah. You going to say the whole thing?
Oh, shit. I'm just saying that I'm the Pajama Pants Player. Innovating, captivating, world beating, tater chip eating, deep thinking, Mountain Dew drinking, broski. And I go by the name of John Grande. Was that over the top? I can never tell.
Yeah, a little bit, but that's the way we'd have it. We wouldn't want it any other way. Nice.
I hope Corey English approves.
Yeah. Well, next time she calls me, I'll ask.
Oh, dude, if you get her on the phone, please connect me to that call and FaceTime me or have her FaceTime me. So I love me some Corey.
I'll see what I can do. Anyways, I think that's all the questions I had. We went through it all.
Yeah. And nice round with about an hour and a half. It was a beautiful show, man.
Good times.
It was awesome having you guys on. I can't believe I got you guys both on here. I mean, that was great. He texted me and I was like, sure, man. Yeah.
It only takes a global pandemic.
True though.
Next time,
pandemic brought Deadfit back. It's brought FHMP back.
Hell yeah. Listen,
What's next? Simon and Garfunkel?
Oh shit!
Are
they still alive? Hall and Oates. Dang, you're going way back.
Hey, you never know. They could bring people back from the dead.
What about the Beatles? Oh,
I don't know if anybody can bring the Beatles back.
yeah, I don't think so.
Unless Yoko has some kind of powers I don't know about. But Nate, thank you for having me on. Yeah. I really appreciate it. I had a blast.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks for being a part of the show. It's been awesome.
Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been great talking horror. Definitely want to thank everybody in the chat for being here. Shout out to the Master of Fear, Devin, Ty Junebug Films, John Steele. We got JG Dark. So many awesome people in the chat. Thank you guys so much. Another big thank you to Don and John for being in the show. It's been awesome and fun. And it's been an honor. Thanks, guys.
Too sweet, baby.
Anytime. Peace out.
Bye, y'all.
Oh, shit.